Yesterday, 1:41 p.m. I have my counselor speech tomorrow at chapel. Thanks, pal. So here you go. This is what you do when you find out at 1:41. I have had the good fortune to be Daughtry's advisor since he's been here at VES. I also had the good fortune of teaching him last year in econ. The first thing I noticed about him was his accent. I guess a New Yorker should not be making fun of a kid's accent. Contain your enthusiasm, thank you. The next thing I noticed about Daughtry was actually he was prepared for class, and he always answered a lot of my questions to the class. Not only did I teach him last year, but he also played lacrosse these last 2 years. He is so athletic that I forget that he's only played 2 years. I probably expect more and am tougher on him than I should be. I hope he knows it's from a place of love and respect. On a side note, I think it's impressive to point out the impact Daughtry has made on this campus, being elected as a counselor at the end of his first year here. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Daughtry Jackson.
Thank you, Coach Gates. Sports have always taught us something about ourselves. They push us out of our comfort zone, show us our strengths and weaknesses, and oftentimes keep us humble. In the legendary 1929 Rose Bowl, Roy Riegels, a standout center for California, found himself in the spotlight and then accidentally ran straight into football history. During a wild play, Roy picked up a fumble and took off like a rocket, convinced that he was about to score the touchdown of a lifetime. The crowd was going wild, but so was one of his teammates, chasing him down and yelling, "Stop, you're going the wrong way." Roy, pumped full of adrenaline and confidence, ignored him. At the 10-yard line, the teammate tried to stop him, but Roy shook him off, yelling, "Get away from me, this is my touchdown." It wasn't until they were 3 yards from their own end zone that Roy was finally stopped by his own teammate, just before a swarm of Georgia players tackled him. He had run 62 yards in the wrong direction, leading to a safety. Those 2 points ended up costing California the game, with Georgia Tech winning in an incredibly entertaining score of 8-7 and taking home the national championship. At halftime, Roy was so embarrassed that he told his coach that he didn't want to go back out. He said, "I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me." Though he had a solid football career, that one moment became his legacy, earning him the nickname Wrong Way Riegels. Decades later, in the ultimate twist of irony and good humor, Georgia Tech inducted him into their Letterman Club. And Roy accepted the honor with a laugh, saying, "Believe me, I feel I've earned this." Imagine being Roy Riegels, thousands of fans watching, the biggest game of the year, and you accidentally run 62 yards in the wrong direction. Most people would have been crushed, embarrassed, and maybe even walked away from the game forever. But not Roy. He came back in the second half, owned his mistake, and decades later, when Georgia Tech, the team he accidentally helped, inducted him in the Letterman's Club, he showed up, laughed, and said, "Believe me, I feel like I've earned this." That moment wasn't just about football. It was about resilience, confidence, and owning your story. It reminds me of a powerful truth. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. At VS, I've learned to react with strength, grace, and a little humor when life doesn't go as planned. We stumble, we fail, we get embarrassed, but we don't quit, because failure isn't final if you learn from it. One bad day doesn't erase everything you've accomplished. We aren't defined by one play. Instead, we grow. We move forward. We show resilience, perseverance, and integrity. Qualities that everyone carries. It's just a matter of whether we show it or not. Go be bold, be great, and when life throws you a wrong way moment, meet it with a smile and a Roy Riegels kind of attitude. Thank you.